Welcome to a Peernet tutorial for Document Conversion Service, DCS for short. This video introduces you to our newest Document Conversion Service feature, the ability to change the page size, auto-rotate pages, and add text stamping or endorsement markups when converting to Adobe PDFs, available in DCS Release 3.20. These output file options have always been available when you were converting to image formats, including TIFF images, PDF images, and JPEG images. But with this new release, you now have these output file options available when converting to Adobe PDF, also known as searchable PDFs. Any hyperlinks, bookmarks, or outlines embedded in the file will be maintained in the resultant Adobe PDF, even after a change in page size or addition of a markup. The 5 new output file options available when creating Adobe PDFs are: page sizing. It's now possible to adjust the page size as part of the file conversion process. For example, convert large AutoCAD drawings to a standard letter size, or convert all of your A4 documents to letter. Page rotation. Automatically rotate portrait or landscape pages so that all pages in the file have the same orientation. Endorsements in the header or footer. You can now include endorsement text in the header or footer. For example, add your company name and address to the top center header on every created page. Page numbering. A form of endorsements, page numbering can now be added in the header or footer. For example, add page numbering to the bottom center footer of every converted page. Watermarking. Another form of endorsements, it is now possible to include a watermark on your created pages. For example, add draft diagonally across every created page. To enable any of these output file options, first ensure that you are running DCS 3.20 or higher. If you need to update to DCS 3.20, please see our Updating or Upgrading Document Conversion Service video. These output file options are available for all 3 Document Conversion Service integration methods. You can include these output file options in your watch folder configuration file, or add these output file options in a conversion profile that you call from the command line or your .NET application. For this tutorial, we will work through an example where you want to create a conversion profile settings file that will create an Adobe PDF with a page size change to a letter-sized page, endorsement text in the header, page numbering in the footer, and a watermark. Begin by opening the DCS Conversion Profile Editor. Go to Start, Document Conversion Service, and select Edit Conversion Profiles. Select Choose Conversion Profile. This folder contains any of the default conversion profiles that come with Document Conversion Service, as well as any profiles that the user has created and saved. Select the default conversion profile that is most similar to the output settings we are looking for. In our case, that is the Adobe PDF multi-page profile. Rather than editing this default profile directly, we will make a copy by selecting Save As, giving the file a custom name, and saving it as an XML file. This profile already contains the necessary output file options to create an Adobe PDF multi-paged. We need to add in the settings required to change the page size and add endorsements, page numbering, and a watermark. To change the page sizing, paste in the following text above the closed setting brackets. Make sure that the first line is set to value equals 1 in order to enable page processing. Processing copy to width and processing copy to height specify the width and height of the new page in inches. These width and height values mean that the PDF files created will be letter-sized. By default, the units are in inches, but you can change the units to millimeters by adding the following line: and changing the value to 0.1 millimeters. Processing, copy to left, top, right, and bottom allow you to set the margin sizes. Set these to 0 if you want your original page copied to the new page size without adding additional margins. Processing copy page scaling determines how to place the original page on the new page. The default setting is 0, which tells DCS to fit the original page to the new page size. Change this value to 1 if you do not want DCS to adjust the original file's image size. Processing copy horizontal align and vertical align ensures that the original file is centered in the middle of the new page size. You have the option to change the alignment if you wish. You can find page sizing settings explained further in the user guide under Conversion Settings, Processing. To auto-rotate the page during conversion, paste in the following text above the closed settings brackets. Use Rotate Portrait if the original orientation of the files you want to auto-rotate is portrait. Use Rotate Landscape if the original orientation of the files you want to auto-rotate is landscape. Therefore, if you only want to auto-rotate landscape files, only include the line for landscape. For both lines, enter the degree of rotation you want as the value. There are 4 possible values: 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. All rotation will occur in the counterclockwise direction. You can find these auto-rotation settings explained further in the user guide under Conversion Settings, Processing. For the purposes of this example, I am going to remove the auto-rotation settings. To add endorsements, paste in the following text above the closed settings brackets. Set the first line to value equals 1 to enable endorsements. Endorsements header height and points specifies the amount of space to reserve at the top of the page for the header. Endorsements footer height and points specifies the amount of space to reserve at the bottom of the page for the footer. In this example, we are indicating that we want 20 points reserved in both the header and footer. There are 72 points per inch, so if you want a ½ inch reserve, for example, that would be 36 points. The next line indicates that we want endorsement text in the header aligned right. You need to put the text you require within the quotation marks and use the endorsement formatting codes to control the formatting of the text inside the header or footer area. Ampersand Verdana tells the header to write the text using Verdana as the font type. I've then put in company name as an example. The following code indicates a line break. Start the new line by specifying the font type again. In this case, the font is Courier. Then I've put in mailing address as another example. This means that all created pages will have company name and mailing address in 2 lines right aligned in the header. The next line indicates that we want page numbering in the footer aligned center. Within the quotation marks, I have entered page &P of &N. The &P means current page, and the &N means total number of pages. This means that all created pages will have page numbering indicating the current page and the total number of pages in the footer aligned center. You can find endorsement settings explained further in the user guide under Conversion Settings, Endorsement Options. To add watermarking, paste in the following text above the closed settings brackets. Set the first line to value equals 1 to enable watermark stamping. The next line indicates that we want a text watermark stamp centered diagonally. Enter the text you want within the quotation marks. In this example, I have made the watermark say draft. The next line allows you to set the font size of the text watermark stamp. Again, this is in points, so 1 inch text would be 72 points. Here we've set it to 48 points, which is about 2/3 of an inch. You can find watermark stamp settings explained further in the user guide under Conversion Settings, Watermark Stamping. Save the conversion profile to keep all of our settings. Now we can test our changes. An easy way to test our changes is with the included DCS Drop Files Converter. Open the DCS Drop Files Converter by going to Start, Document Conversion Service, Drop Files Converter. Select our profile, Adobe PDF Multi-Page Endorsements, from the list of profiles. Then we can simply drag and drop a file into the converter. For the purposes of this example, I am going to drag and drop an AutoCAD drawing with a page size of 22 by 33 inches. As you can see, our AutoCAD drawing has been converted into a letter-sized Adobe PDF with our endorsement text in the header, page numbering in the footer, and the draft watermark. If you wish to enable all of these output file options but are using our watch folder service for conversion instead, you simply need to copy and paste all of these settings into the correct watch folder section within the watch folder configuration file. To edit the watch folder configuration file, we first need to make sure that watch folder service is stopped. Go to Start, Document Conversion Service, Stop Watch Folder Service. Then open the watch folder configuration file and scroll down to the watch folder section you want to edit. For this example, we are using the default watch folder section called Convert to Adobe PDF. Copy and paste all of the settings we added to the conversion profile above the closed settings brackets for the Convert to PDF watch folder section. Save the watch folder configuration file. Restart the watch folder service to implement our changes by going to Start, Document Conversion Service, Start Watch Folder Service. Now if you were to drop a file into the input folder for this watch folder section, all of our page sizing and endorsement settings will be applied to the output Adobe PDFs. Be sure to check out our Getting Started series for document conversion service, or watch some of our more advanced tutorials to learn how to customize DCS further and achieve optimal conversion performance. We are always available to help with configuration and answer any questions you have about setup or the product. If you are looking for an enterprise solution to streamline your business processes and boost efficiency, our document conversion service is right for you. If you haven't done so already, follow the link below to download your free trial.